Hey, co-reporters, and welcome back to my channel. Listen, we have to talk about the state in which Ryan Unhinged Edwards, the disgraced former Teen Mom OG star, left his marital home with Mackenzie Standifer before being kicked out via a restraining order. I am gonna warn you, it is shocking. It is alarming. No, I don't have photos, but I've got some strong descriptions pulled from the Ashley's Reality Roundup.com. I will be sharing a link to her article in case you guys want to go ahead and read it for yourselves as well. But I thought I would take you through the police report as reported by her. Let me just say, apparently this man went as far as to poop in the master bedroom, and I guess like he chickened out the idea of leaving it out there, so he like picked it up in little doggy bags or something and threw it out before ultimately evacuating the home. They're saying he was graffitiing the walls and the tables. Like, this is where his children live, and not only that, this is a home that his parents own. Yeah, like here's the thing. I don't feel bad for his parents, just based on the fact that they keep bailing him out of jail and showing up and this and that to like help enable him. This is what you get, right? You get a douchebag entitled loser son like this who treats your property like absolute garbage to spite his wife and the mother of his kids. So let's say this, to spite his kids as well. Oh my God, the story is disgusting. Buckle up because wow. I'm shook. Okay. So let's get into this. The cops, here's the thing first. The cops, like initially when they talked about the damage in this house, I was under the impression that he had been like punching holes in the wall. I had no idea that it ran this deep. But continuing along, they're saying that the house was completely destroyed, allegedly by Ryan Edwards himself, before he left the house. And he is the prime suspect in the police report filed in this entire situation. Oh my goodness. So according to the report, officers arrived on the scene, which is the house, right? A day after Mackenzie had taken out a temporary restraining order against Ryan. And obviously, because of this order, Ryan was not allowed to be in the home. And so this is when he allegedly snapped and decided to destroy it. If I can't live here, no one can live here comfortably, basically, is probably what was in his mind, if he even did do this, right? I have to pretend not to know. Anyway, the police claim that the windows in the home had been shattered. Items had been thrown all over the front yard of the home. I wouldn't be surprised if those were pieces of clothing of Mackenzie's, makeup of Mackenzie's, jewelry of Mackenzie's, you name it. Like, he probably just wanted all that stuff out there to embarrass her, especially probably like intimate items, right? Like bras and panties and whatnot. Like, never put anything, what do you call it? Never put anything past someone like that. Oh my God, that enough is shocking. When you think about windows being shattered in a home where people live, especially where small children live, that's disturbing that he would do that, allegedly do that to his kids. Then on the inside, things allegedly were even worse. They're saying that walls were spray painted, markers and paint was used to destroy the fixtures in the house, and even like items in the house like furniture, art, home decor pieces. The refrigerator was apparently tipped over and leaning against the counter. The doors were open and had been written on in permanent marker. A loaded AK-47 style rifle was left on the kitchen counter. A loaded AK-47, just so I can repeat. How many times does it need to be said that people like this should not have access to weapons? The criminal history that this man has, and he is still able to legally have an AK-47, that's insane to me. Even without a criminal history, you shouldn't have one of those, but I digress. And the fact that it was left loaded and there are no charges coming, stemming, dropping, raining, pouring from that is another shocker in a house where children live in. That is child endangerment at the very minimum. It was loaded. Holy cow. Then they continued on to say that the microwave was spray painted blue. The dining room table was flipped over and spray painted with profanities. We can guess what profanities those were, right? Because when Ryan took to Instagram, what was he calling Mackenzie? See you next Tuesday, SLUT, a WHORE, all sorts of things. The patio, window, and other walls in the house were also spray painted with profanities as well. And a marker was taken to the walls to write all sorts of other things and just to just mess them up in general. And so now they're also saying that the suspect allegedly used a knife, and the suspect is Ryan, right? He's listed as a suspect. They're saying that he allegedly used a knife and other things to punch holes in the home's walls. When the heck did he have time to do all of this, dude? Like, when she was at work, I guess, and the kids were at school or daycare, like why would he do this? The fact that they had to come to this, the kids had to come home to this, of all people, is just so wild to me. Like, what's wrong with people like this where they treat you so poorly? Remember, this guy had been cheating on Mackenzie in that relationship since the beginning. He had been treating her like crap, never paid attention to her, nothing like that, never did a nice thing for her. And she finally decides she wants to leave him, and he decides to torture her and their kids as punishment. Dude, if you were a good husband, she would have stayed with you. She's one of those like stay married at all costs people. Like when one of those types of ladies divorces you, you know that you ain't shit. You really truly messed it up. Now let's get into the paint. The officer claims to have observed white paint smudges across the floor. A knife was stuck into the wall holding a note. No word yet on what the note said, but I'm sure it was probably very derogatory, very insulting, and very demeaning. The officer continued on to say that they observed several other holes in the drywall and several pointed metal objects also stuck into the drywall. Wow. The couch had been placed upside down against the front door. Dude, this whole thing is freaky, man. Imagine walking into your house like this. You go, you pick your kids up from school or daycare, and you come home, you get this restraining order. You're feeling so relieved that this guy who's been allegedly terrorizing you and your kids for months, years, is finally out of there. And this is what you see. This is what your kids are remembering. Like, wow, just loaded guns. Flipped fridges, flipped sofa, spray painted walls, windows smashed out. I would just be freaking out so badly. Like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Most of the graffiti on the walls were allegations of infidelity. I knew it, against Ms. Edwards, Mackenzie. There was also glass all over the floor. Wow, that's wonderful. I swear he needs to be charged for this. If they can prove that he did this, he needs to be charged for this. The fact that this is a house that children live in and he left all this dangerous glass everywhere. The fridge could fall off the counter at any time, any given moment. The smashed out windows, the knife, the AK-47. Dude, he needs to be charged, man. Anyway, glass all over the floor as several windows had been broken. Deputies observed a wedding photo hanging in the hallway had also been written on. Let's try and guess what he said there. The doors of the cabinets had been removed and were lying on the couch. So you can't even put the kids on the couch while you try and figure this out. Because mind you, the couch is upside down. And then on top of it are cabinet doors. So what do you do with the kids while you're trying to figure out what the hell happened? I don't know, man. One of the doorknobs to a closet was broken off. Again, this is a house that his parents owned. So who is going to be paying for this? I know that like in her filing against him, she's asking for him to pay for this. And it's like, listen, how much money does Ryan have with all the legal bills and all the drug bills he has to pay? How much money does he have? It's his parents who are going to pay for this at the end of the day. The deputy continued on to say that they observed the master bedroom had an odor consistent with fecal matter, but nothing was located. So that's what I meant at the top when I said he probably crapped all over the bedroom floor, or on the actual master bed. Maybe he was watching that trial this spring. And then he's like, actually, no, I'm not going to leave it here. And voila, the odor remained. But I feel, oh God, just the fact that like that toxic bodily waste was out there, the glass was out there, all these things were out there. That man does not give a damn about his kids at all. No one who cares about their kids could ever even imagine doing something like this to them, because this was against them. This is their home. This was against the kids. This was not just against Mackenzie. It was about everybody at the end of the day. Because if it were just about Mackenzie, he would have only targeted like her area or this or that. But he did the whole entire house so that the kids, he allegedly did the whole entire house so that the kids could not be safe. The bedroom also appeared ransacked. The master bedroom had been damaged and items were strewn about. The power had been turned off or cut because none of the lights in the house were working and the house was cold. Dude, this psycho allegedly cut the cords. I didn't even get an opportunity to read this before coming on here for you guys because I've been very tired. I do like weightlifting at the gym, and that has been wearing me out. And then I did a live stream, and then I'm getting ready to go out for drinks. So I'm like, let me just like do this like quick video. Like I skimmed it last night before I went to bed, but now it's just this is heavy, guys. And honestly, let me just say this: I better not see these comments in the comment section. Oh, like blah blah blah. Is it Macy's fault? Is it this? Like, guys, it's old. We get it. She blamed Macy like what 5, 6, 7 years ago. She was like 19, 20 years old. Get over it. Okay, like that at the end of the day, Ryan is a problem and he always has been the problem. Focus on that. Don't be distracted trying to troll on something this serious. Okay, like this is just ridiculous what's gone down, and distracting from it with like some old Macy comments is just it's not the move. It really isn't. Like, what the hell? The fact that he would do all of this and then cut the power in the house, like my stomach is flipping upside down at the idea of this. Like, wow. The only parts of the home that appeared to be untouched, according to the police, were bedrooms belonging to Jagger and Stella. Well, that's nice, but there's no electricity in this house. The windows are busted out, so they can't even sleep peacefully. The fridge is tossed over. They can't eat. The microwave is painted on. There's a gun on the kitchen counter for them to play with. There are knives in the window. Come on. I hope no one takes that as him protecting them. He absolutely did not. And the garage also was not touched because, of course, that was his place where he would, play with his tools and maybe skin those cats that he used to shoot after luring them onto his property. How selfish, dude. How selfish. I don't think that this guy should be able to, I don't think this guy should be able to see those kids again after this. I really don't. I just, it's disgusting. It's sick. It's twisted. It's evil. It's diabolical. And please, dear Lord, get him charged. Find him guilty and charge his ass. The fact that he's been able to get away with the things he's done over the years for so long is sickening. The buck has to stop here. What is this? This is child abuse. This is child endangerment. The cop said, upon searching Mr. Edwards, I observed white paint on the tops and sides of his boots. What a moron. He couldn't even get the paint off of him. AKA the evidence appeared to match what I observed on the floor of the Edwards' residence. A grade A bozo, moron, complete idiot, IQ level 2. He didn't admit in the report to do damaging the house or anything like that, but he also did not deny it either. So we're gonna have to wait and see how this plays out. Oh God, this has to be one of the sickest things I've heard coming out of the Team Mountain franchise. This is sick. This is evil. This is diabolical. This is crazy, and this needs to be punished. Thank you to the Ashley for finding that information. Again, I'm going to be linking it in the description of this video so you guys can check it out as well. I have no words. And the fact that they brought him back onto the show to film after this, wow, man. How do they let someone like this on the show to film? I can't understand it. Anyone who would do this, allegedly do this to a house where their kids are staying, put them in danger like that. A loaded gun, I can't get over it. Knives in the wall, windows busted out. All these like profanities that where they could read them and see them and like pictures of their mom. Dude, MTV, what are you doing? Giving this man a platform. What the hell? This is really upsetting, you guys. It really is. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys leave any comments that you want to. This just made me just so sick. This is an evil person. This is a demonic person. And this is a person that needs to be locked up for a good long time. Take care, you guys.